Hey, what's up? And welcome to the Alan Osborne Show. It's been a while. You know, truly, I've been stewing around about national news. The national morons got so out of hand that I could forget about the local morons and what they're doing. But I tell you, I'm gonna start doing my shows and dividing up into all this, and I think I'll do a few local only shows, and that's pretty much what this is going to be today. A local corruption show, local buffoonery. You know, it's like watching the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote chase each other. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna do some national news and politics because I'm pretty much pissed off about what's going on in America. And if you're a Democrat, F you. If you voted for Biden, if you voted for that escort that calls herself the vice president, if you voted for any of these jackasses that are just destroying our country by dividing it into groups, making sure we don't have any borders and destroying every bit of foreign policy we ever had, and making us weak in the eyes of other people, man, I am not about you. I don't care what sex you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how you're oriented or how you feel. If you voted for people like that to run America, most of you people that feel ways that wouldn't be approved in other countries is only because you're in America that you can say that. If you're in one of those out groups that's demanding recognition, watch Afghanistan. Watch those groups of people run from Afghanistan who don't want to obey. You have freedoms in America, and Joe Biden and those kind of people are going to make sure there is no America to protect those freedoms, and you don't even see it. We've created a whole generation that has forgotten about what it means to be an American. We've taken Martin Luther King's civil rights movement so people could be judged on the content of their character. They're not. They're judged on the group that they're in. Wouldn't he be disappointed? This isn't about your character, because your character as Americans should matter. How you are every day, but it doesn't. It matters what your demographic is, your sexual orientation, your religious orientation, your voting orientation, and what flag you fly. But we all should be flying the stars and bars, because that's the only thing that's going to unite us. And it's scary to me to watch what's going on in America and watch how naive America is to what the rest of the world is watching us do. They're watching. And if you were alive in 9/11, that shit can happen again. We can wake up one day and have this country stormed. And when that happens, all you liberal pieces of you know what, this is on your shoulders, because it ain't people like me that want to be weak as a country. It's not people like me. It's people who are out there that want everything for free. It's people who keep waiting for the government to hand them another check or another answer. The Constitution was made for us to have a defense from stupid government, and it's time to use it. Look, let's get into some local stuff. And where do we start? I think I'll put this in perspective first. And God, I know these shows are long sometimes, so we'll cut that off. In fact, you know, I'm not going to cut this off. I'm just going to keep going. Hey, I'm going to show you what liars politicians are. In 2011, 10 years ago, Walton County property values, and I'm getting this off a little report that y'all all got if you're a property owner, and Patrick Pilcher and the new guy, Gary Greger, and I doubt Pilcher or Greger told a lie. They just pulled this data and told it like it was. I've got Pilcher's old ones. The property value in Walton County was $10.9 million. Now, you dumbasses out there that listen to Tony and listen to all these politicians say, we're not going to raise your millage rates. That's because they live in Wonderland. In 2011, the property value on the property appraisers was valued at $10.9 billion. This year, it's at the asterisk says the taxable school value, $27 billion. Folks, they've almost tripled their income, and our infrastructure sucks. Our quality of life sucks. I'm telling you, I had a better quality of life other than we have more schools. For you locals out there, when Applebee's went to the 2-lane because there wasn't no Sacred Heart and that was the end of Sandestin, we lived better here. We lived better. You realize that, commissioners, all you that don't live down here, don't know the South, you ruined it. Now we're just asking you to stop and let's try to repair what we can, and you won't. But they're not raising your taxes. They don't have to. How many local governments in the nation has had a tripling of their ad valorem income? They don't say that, but by the end, look, by the first of 2022, we're going to have 30 billion in property, and we had 10 in 2010, 2011. They tripled our taxes and made a mess. Morons. You better not talk to us about y'all are broke. That's how they're buying all this land and fixing everything all over the place. But they didn't have the money to work on Sandestin. We can't afford that. Now they're going to spend more. So issues in the county on 8 September. Let's rehash some things. First of all, to the sheriff and Corey Goblin. There he is. Look, Corey, you made the show again. And Mikey's still feeling the ass pain of being caught in that life. You have not seen my shows exposing the sheriff and Godwin. You have missed out. Okay. But look, Corey, I want to see your 214 and you can see mine. Anybody that knows Corey, ask him where he graduated basic. What was his MOS? These aren't secret, Corey. We don't need to contribute to the Wounded Warrior Fund like, ha, I got you. I just asked to see it and I still haven't. I want to make sure that Mike's reading that right because he couldn't read other things. He missed all the other dates you did. You weren't working as a warden in 2005 to 2007. You was in the tax collector's office. So, you know, we just want to see the documents. If you serve proudly, you should be a brother of all of us others and who served. We'll gladly tell you what we did and where we served, and there's nothing to hide. So Corey, why don't you and Mikey go ahead and turn over that DD 214 and let's just see what it says. Anyway, moving on to the next subject is Stan. And why is Stan up there? It says Stan's gone. No, he's not. He's on the payroll. And the fact is that Stan didn't really resign. Stan cut a deal and he's an employee. He's getting health insurance. He's getting everything. And he's not being paid because of time he earned, because they could just pay him out. That was what was kind of proposed to us, what was really going on. But Larry cut a deal that's not allowed in the policy manual. And once again, this should be a termination offense because Larry just made up his own policy. Stan's getting paid out like 10 times the amount of leave and accrued vacation. I think the policy manual allows it was like 120 and 120 for a total of 240 hours of 2 categories. And Stan's getting paid out and staying on the books. Stan, man, you could afford to have a F me day every day of the week if you just get enough of them. So I wanted to clarify that. In fake news, Stan hadn't really resigned. If he has, it's effective next September. And courtesy of Larry Jones, I think what Larry's doing is making sure that when all this information comes out, he stays in work long enough that he'll be dead, but you can't indict a dead man. I'm telling you, eventually the info is coming out because this is the man running your county right here. I know y'all didn't elect him, but the officials don't have any control over this fool. I'm telling you. And that's just how it is. So Stan still has a job. On another note, the BCC hired Gary Madison. Well, I'll cover up Tony. There you go. Tony didn't want him, I'm pretty sure. But they hired the wife beater, and this guy could not come back to the county. There's going to be more to follow on this. So this is the guy that was involved in the investigation on Madison. And this is the investigation on Stan. But in fact, Clay approved all this. And when Madison was in trouble for beating his wife down in the Bayou Bills parking lot, and yes, it happened. It doesn't matter whether Clay got him off. He was also up as the HR guy. He's supposed to be investigated, but since he left, they didn't investigate him. He was steering health benefits to be bought from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and he had a partner with an LLC. But now the statute of limitations is run, and he didn't get investigated, so he's good to go. Look, he's a Teflon Larry. They're giving him the thumbs up and say, look, that guy skimmed and he broke the rules and he's still got a job. We want him. Because that's what they want in Lawton County. Not honesty. They just want somebody that can survive it and get paid. So that's still going on. So, and how did he go from Nick's phone answer to being involved in Stan's investigation in HR? How did that happen? What job description did he have? We're going to get back to that some more. I don't know. And which brings us that Clay was involved at the county legal. County legal is a shit show. And y'all, all of us, we have a temporary attorney, an interim attorney, advising the BCC with no end in sight. He's not governed by the ethics laws like Sydney would have been if she had any ethics when she did it. He's just running with scissors, and you watch how much they pay him because they don't want a real legal team. They don't want one. They'll pay the Atkinson firm more than a 3-person legal team than they could have. Look, they're not going to get an attorney application until they put out there in the job description that the attorney can hire 2 more attorneys that gets this job, the ones that they can trust, and that they can have a real legal team. Otherwise, any attorney taking this underpaying offering is just asking to be executed unless they're as corrupt as Atkinson and some of the past ones. We're not going to have, we need to look, they're not there for us. They say the county attorney, but they're the BCC's attorney. And we, the citizens, should demand a legal team in this county that tells its administration and the Board of County Commissioners what the right thing to do and what they should be doing, not the answers that they want to hear so they can stay on payroll as contract attorneys or I got a job. I won't have a job if I tell the truth. There's been enough of that, and it's cost this county a fortune. The cover up of lies has been way worse than the crimes. Almost everybody has a job because they know enough to help cover up. And that's just got to stop. So going on down there, hey, Barker, you never got an implant investigation, and you won't now because Larry's got you and Danny over a barrel. And so what else is going on? It's just a mess. Nothing's being investigated. The BCC, Larry's still running the county. The only people that report to the BCC is not code, which was supposed to and never did, not legal, because, well, I guess Clay's contract does, interim, he reports to them, and Larry, who they can't afford to fire because he can show every single one of them has probably done the wrong thing. So it's a quid pro quo. They can't fire him because it'll launch an investigation. It'll expose him, which is why Larry gave Stan the sweet deal. Stan should be investigated too. I mean, this is just a mess. But what I will tell you on the good side of things is there's a court case coming forward. And this court case, the county has done everything they can to get a motion to dismiss on it, and they haven't. Stan was involved and helped fire an employee in code enforcement who told the truth. And it's going to get planning, and it's going to get Larry, and it's going to be about the subject of Sandestin. And there's going to be some depositions taken in that are going to blow some people's minds, because once and for all, they're going to have to sit down with some court documents, and they're going to have to produce some discovery, and there'll be no more delaying and no more of this and that. And this is going to show it's not so bad that some staff did the wrong thing. It's the leadership behind me. A lot of them knew it, and Larry knew it, and Stan knew it, and Mac knew it, and many of the key people we trust to run our county knew this stuff. And these guys know it right now and are taking no action. And that's what's going on for you guys that want me to do a show. That's what's going on in the Alan Osborne world. Because remember, this is compliance. Yeah, you can believe that all you want. If you're the Pied Piper, and there he is on the kazoo, if you're the Pied Piper of Walton County, this is the fool that you're following blowing on his kazoo. I'm the Alan Osborne Show, and that's the way it was in Walton County. September 8th, 2021. Y'all keep them straight out there. And if you can't be straight, you should run for county commissioner. Remember, it's always an option. Yeah. Y'all think about it. Be honest with yourselves and ask yourselves, because it is your money. Would you have these people playing around in your wallet, in your business, in your largest investments like this? Because if you wouldn't, you better start writing these people, or you better call for a real investigation from the state or the federal government. It's time. 3 times the increase in our budget, and we can't even field sidewalks. Something's wrong. I'm Alan Osborne. Y'all keep them straight.